Before the world knew his name, Darren Seals was already speaking out about injustice in Ferguson, Missouri. But after the police shooting of Michael Brown on August 9th, 2014, Darren became one of the most recognizable faces on the front lines of the Ferguson protests. He was not a politician, he was not a celebrity. Darren was a community activist who was raw, outspoken, and unafraid to challenge law enforcement, government officials, and even national organizations he felt were exploiting the pain of Ferguson without truly helping the people living there. Through live streams, interviews, and social media posts, Darren often spoke about police brutality, systemic racism, poverty, and what he believed was corruption happening behind the scenes. He warned people that activists were being watched. He claimed certain voices were being targeted, and he repeatedly said Ferguson was about more than one single incident. To Darren, Ferguson represented years of frustration, pain, and distrust between the community and those in power. Then, on September 6, 2016, tragedy struck. Darren Seals was found deceased inside a burning Jeep in Riverview, Missouri, near St. Louis. Reports stated that he had suffered a gunshot wound before the vehicle was set on fire. The violent nature of his death immediately sent shockwaves through the activist community. Many people online began asking difficult questions. Was Darren targeted because of his activism? Was his death connected to the Ferguson movement? Or was this an unrelated act of violence? Authorities stated they investigated the case, but years later, many supporters still feel there are unanswered questions surrounding Darren's death. To this day, his name continues to be mentioned whenever conversations arise about Ferguson, activism, and the risks faced by people who speak out publicly against injustice. For many people, Darren Seals was not just an activist, he was a voice. And even after his death, that voice still echoes through Ferguson and beyond. Darren Seals Jr., Justice for Darren Seals, Never Forget Ferguson, Michael Brown, Truth Gang.
Darren Seals Jr. speaks on
Alright, we back.
the corruption in Black Lives
And he didn't
Matter.
use none of the money to help Ferguson, none of the money to help the Brown family. I mean, he was just collecting it, building this little campaign off this shit. They try to run for office and all of that. The whole shit was a scheme, and I seen it. I seen it early because I've been in St. Louis my whole life. Cops kill niggas here every day. People die here every day. Why all of a sudden all these people coming like pretend they care about us so much all of a sudden? That was my whole mentality. Like, where the fuck y'all come from? Where all this fake love come from? You know what I mean? If you weren't here before the media, I ain't take you serious. I don't give a fuck who you was. Tyler Quali, any of the other motherfuckers. I really ain't take none of them serious because at the end of the day, y'all came because of the media. End of story. The CNN ain't show up. None of them motherfuckers would have cared about Mike Brown. So I really wasn't tripping off the shit they was doing. But I just noticed, like, man, these cats is really building a whole fucking campaign off our shit and soliciting all these funds off our shit. And then black folks, we ignorant to a lot of this type of shit because we ain't into that. So when they started the hashtag Black Lives Matter, it was so catchy that everybody shared it, everybody started saying it, and it became so fucking big, so large. People actually thought, like, oh, this just a catchy hashtag, but people didn't know this was actually an organization. The founding members are 3 lesbian girls. D-Ray, the girls, Brittany Alexis, the dude Charles Wade, all the people that's involved in this whole in the forefront of this whole Black Lives Matter campaign zero shit, they all gay. It's like a gay cult. So they using this shit, they're using their sexuality for protection. Cause the white folks, they're gonna protect you when you're gay. They fuck with you when you're gay. So they soliciting all these funds, doing all this fraud shit. And they're using the fact they're gay as a shield. So you really can't say shit about them, because when you do, they come for your neck. They stick together. You know what I mean? All of them eating off Mike Brown death though. Now they traveling. D-Ray, he go to Yale. They give him like 40 bands to go to Yale and speak. They got him as the face of Ferguson. He ain't even from this motherfucker. Never even been in this motherfucker until Mike Brown died. dude from Baltimore. And they ran him up out of there. Now he down here the face of Ferguson, the face of the movement. They calling him the next Malcolm X. That's a fucking insult. Malcolm X wouldn't even respect that man, let alone be anything like him. But anyways. So you got Black Lives Matter shit. It's blowing up. And if you notice, as it's blowing up, you're not hearing about Mike Brown anymore. You're not hearing about Darren Wilson anymore. You're not hearing about the Ferguson Police Department anymore. We're not hearing about none of this corrupt shit about McCullough, Jay Nixon. You're not hearing about none of this shit no more. All you're hearing about is Black Lives Matter now. They took the energy away from Ferguson. But they did it so intelligently, a lot of people didn't understand what was going on when it was going on, so they was helping these motherfuckers. Not even knowing, they stealing our shit, they stealing our shine. A lot of cats went to jail for us to be the main topic in the media. A lot of cats risked their life. Spook got shot in the head. She could be dead right now. You know what I mean? A lot of shit happened for this shit to grow into what it became. There was an opportunity to really fight back and really make a change in Ferguson and Missouri as a whole. But as you see, nobody was indicted. Most of the people that was in office still in office, and nothing really happened. They just clearly got away with murder. Nothing happened. Now they on to the next city, then the next city, then the next city, then the next city, being superstars off our shit we created here. While we sitting back still like, damn, what we gonna do? Then after Mike Brown, it was Kajeen Powell. Then you had Von Derek Myers, and so on and so on and so on. Cops ain't stopped killing her since Mike Brown died. And what Black Lives Matter doing about it? They just collecting checks. I ain't heard of them paying for no funerals. I ain't heard of them starting no programs for the youth, building no centers, nothing. You know what I mean? So we back at square one, back where we started. No justice, no nothing. And the biggest problem is, it's a lot of local people that sold out because they wanted that GoFundMe money. They wanted that grant money. It was all about money to them, man. When I went out there, man, like I told them from day one, I already got money. Like, you know what I mean? I got a great job. I got money saved up. I'm invested in businesses. I already had my paper straight before I got out there. So it was never about no money with me because I already got money. You can't buy my soul, my nigga. Like, I had money. I've been having money for years, man. I came from the streets. I know how to get money. I don't need to use Mike Brown to get no goddamn money. And that's why to this day, his dad still fuck with me. His dad called me. Matter of fact, I talked to Mike Brown Sr. 2 days ago. He want me to do something for him and his wife. And we just had a round table meeting with all the police chiefs. You know, I'm cursing their ass, start snapping on them. And me and Mike Brown, you know, we talked about it. We like, man, you see, now that the media circus is over, who's still by your side? Who's still with you in this war? Now that you need somebody to be there and talk with you, because Mike Brown he a soldier. Like, he one of the realest dudes, because a lot of people don't give a fuck about their kids dying. A lot of these men ain't stepping up. You see the mothers in the media, but you don't see the fathers. But Mike Brown, he stood tall. So I respect that man. But at the same time, he ain't signed up for this, so he don't really know all of this to know about racism and the system and how it works. So he be needing cats like me, cats that's really educated on it, to come there and holler at these motherfuckers for him. You know what I mean? And stand tall with them. How they do. When they kill us, they stand with each other. But now that the media gone, where everybody at? You know what I mean? So this Black Lives Matter shit, man, y'all gotta do some research on these people and find out who they are, what they've done, and all the motherfucking checks they collected. Google just gave these motherfuckers $500,000. I kid you not. You can look it up right now. Where that money go? Who benefiting from this besides them? And like I said, I got paper. I don't need no paper. I ain't put a GoFundMe up and put no money in my pocket yet. I ain't took no grant money. I ain't joined no orgs, all these fucking punk ass orgs. What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all getting paid. And don't think I don't know about you niggas out there. All you niggas in these orgs getting paid $5-10 grand a month.